Hello there. Today we're taking a look at replacing a hard drive with a solid state drive on an HP Pavilion laptop 14. Well, let's get right into it. Here we are looking at the laptop. Let's make sure we take the peripherals out. At the bottom you can see 3 screws, but there's actually 2 hidden screws behind the rubber feet. So you want to make sure to take out all 5. I would suggest bringing a bowl or some sort of container for the screws that you take out. That way you don't lose them and you don't have to hunt them down again. It's also good practice to use a rubber strap or other static prevention devices and tools. I didn't do that here because it was my own laptop and quite frankly I wasn't terribly worried about it. But that is a good precaution to take, especially if you're working on somebody else's laptop. Once we have all of those screws off, it's time to pry off the back of the laptop. I've seen people do this with guitar picks and other such items. In my case, I just used a small flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna speed this process up. It does take a little bit of time. Let's speed it up and get to the end. Alright, here we have the laptop with the back cover taken off. In the bottom left you can see the hard drive. In the bottom right you can see the battery taking up a lot of space. In between both you see the SATA cable. We're going to be coming back to that. You can also see the RAM, the fan. I'm not going to touch most of the things back here, but perhaps in a future video, if the need arises, I can show you some of those things and how to fix the other components. But for today, we're just focusing on the hard drive. So this is a close-up of the hard drive. I will show you both the hard drive and the solid-state drive, but it's important to make sure that the SATA cable plugs in the correct way to the new hard drive or solid-state drive. Because if you don't do it the correct way, you could cause a lot of damage. I've heard it said that one of the great universal truths is that you can break anything if you try hard enough. And so let's not test that and let's not break this. Now you may have noticed that in the previous shot I was showing you a solid-state drive. Well, that's because it was my second time taking the back of the laptop off, and I'd already replaced the hard drive with a solid-state drive. But what I want to do now is actually take a look at the hard drive, show you some pictures of what it looked like originally, and show you where you need to take the screws out so that you can pull the old hard drive out and put the new solid-state drive in. The red arrows show the places where there were screws that needed to be taken out. Now, after everything is done, we put everything back together. Now, I'm going to speed through this process, but if you want to stick around and watch me put it all back together, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, good luck with your IT needs, and feel free to stop in again if you need help with anything or to ask questions in the comments.